No way!
In this case, the phrase "save the best for last" is the exact phrase that I would use to describe this game. This is 007's From Russia with Love. Don't go away. So if you've been following my 007 journey, you'll know that I was playing all the GameCube and Nintendo 64 games up to the release of 007 First Light. Well, I didn't make it in time. From Russia with Love was the last GameCube game I had to play, but First Light was already out, so I played First Light, and I'm coming around to this as the last game that was released on the GameCube for 007 series, and my last game that I'll play for 007 for quite a while. And I am not kidding you. I'm going to say it right here. The best Bond game. I'm putting my mark down on From Russia with Love and saying it's the best Bond game. Now, of course, like all previous Bond games, I had zero expectations. Never played it as a kid, never seen gameplay, never seen much about it. First thing I noticed, of course, is that it is in third-person POV, and a quick little wiki search shows that it's the same team that worked on what was previously one of the best Bond games, in fact, top 3 for me of all time, Everything or Nothing. And they took everything from that game and they upgraded it here. Every element you can think of a Bond game is fantastic. The weapons, and by extension, of course, the shooting. Well, fantastic. For a 2005 GameCube game, there is zero clunkiness in this game.
I'll be honest, aiming is just really smooth in this game.
You may have noticed in that clip me zooming in a little bit. That is what this game calls, as you can see on the back of the cover here, shoot with pinpoint accuracy using the all-new Bond Focus mode. This lets you zoom in on critical weak points that will basically insta-kill the enemy. Now, this is really cool because it's not only used to shoot enemies. Enemies hanging down off of a wire, shoot the wire. If you get caught during a stealth mode and their radio pops off, calling for backup, go into Bond's mode and you can shoot the radio out of his hand.
I love being able to shoot the radio out of their hands.
Not to mention, the weapon variety here is fantastic. While you don't have a plethora of a different genre of guns, such as having like 5 sniper rifles, 5 shotguns, you have 1 shotgun in here, 1 sniper, an SMG, an assault rifle, a couple of pistols, Magnum. The point is that they all feel completely different, and you need to have different playstyles for them. I always felt that going into close quarter areas, I needed to pull out the shotgun because I would have an advantage. I always knew what weapon I had in my hand and what weapon I needed to have in my hand. And that's a cool thing about this game is that you don't pick up weapons ever. You just pick up ammo. All your weapons are just in your inventory. Which, by the way, the inventory here cycling through weapons, very smooth. And here's arguably the best part about the gameplay here. Weapon upgrades. Yes, for the first time in Bond history, to my knowledge, even including 007 First Light, which released in 2026, you can upgrade your weapons here. And these are very noticeable. I upgraded the fire rate on my SMG, and it turned into an absolute death machine. Oh, the rapid fire upgrade's crazy! This is like double!
No, where's another guy? I gotta test this again.
Other aspects of a Bond video game here are very well done as well, such as the stealth. For this era of gaming, From Russia with Love definitely has the best stealth. In fact, I think the stealth from Everywhere or Nothing was actually really bad. Here, it's really good.
Mind if I take a look? I can jump this.
Other things like the gadgets and the fisticuffs. By the way, the hand-to-hand combat in this game is actually really fun. Way better than it was in Everything or Nothing.
I could have stealthed him. Yeah, you can get your fucking ass on the ground. You want some too? Oh, you want some of this? To the corner.
And the last aspect here that really drills in my mind that this truly is the best Bond game to me is the fact that everything I've mentioned up to this point has been fantastic, but there's one last element. The vehicle situations. Well, in From Russia with Love, It's really good. The majority of your vehicle missions, disregarding any jetpack or jet ski or boat thing, have you set in this pretty large town driving the classic Bond car. One mission has you tailing a guy, the other mission has you just killing 30 enemies in a 10 limit time span. The best part about this is that the driving's fantastic, it's not on rails, and best of all, the weapons here are so funny. By that I mean you have your standard machine gun and your missiles, but this car comes equipped with what it calls a tire puncture weapon. And I'll tell you this, they undersold this weapon so hard. You want to see what the tire puncture weapon does? Because it's more like a flip trap. That's the tire puncture? I made him flip!
Nah, that's wild. Holy shit. I want to try that again. Get the fuck out of my way. This fucking vehicle sucks. Oh, there he goes. That's my mission. Destroy. Oh my god. That guy got flipped like crazy. You want some too? Yeah!
Story-wise, I will say, easy search up, this is based off of the movie. Have I seen the movie? No. So you won't see any in-depth comparisons here, I'm sad to say. But the team who made this game describes this as the director's cut of the movie, expanding on some areas. And for me, the story was just totally average. You have the Bond, you have the villain, who I think is actually a pretty cool and fun villain. You have the Bond girls who have some pretty funny moments.
My daddy's a very powerful man, you know. You can't just go around
Shut
doing
up!
Most realistic villain ever.
And of course, the ending has to be that the enemy has some insane technology that can destroy the world and Bond has to go and retrieve it. So I will say it's not as interesting as a premise or overall story as Rogue Agent was for me, but, you know, story was here average.
The Bond video game. I was like, of course I'll be a part of it. And then Sean Connery, I mean, all these things just started jumping out at me. Sean Connery, be a Bond girl and play this cool, crazy, intense character. Yeah, I think I'll do it. My character's name is Eva. I play Red Grant's assistant or henchwoman, so I'm basically on his team to take down Bond.
Presentation. Arguably not the strongest in the franchise. In fact, writing this review, I kind of struggled with points that I could talk about here for presentation, because bar none, it's the most average, in-your-face 2005 GameCube game. Everything from the visuals, the music, the sound effects, screams 2005 GameCube game to me. Like, actually playing the game. I'm hearing music, I'm thinking, man, I feel like I'm teleported 22 years past at this point. The cool part is that Sean Connery apparently comes back to voice Bond in this role, his last Bond role before his death in 2020. Now, according to my notes here, this is his first time coming back to Bond since 1983, a 22-year gap.
We'll split up. 2 targets are harder to hit than 1. See you on the train.
So while I didn't play this back in the day, I have a feeling this was a pretty hyped release.
Fly to work. Fly to beautiful women in distress.
Who are you?
Bond. James Bond.
From Russia with Love. Rated T for teen.
One other thing I'd like to note here, it would have been better to have a better HUD. Now the HUD for switching weapons in your inventory is cool and all that, but the map is kind of dookie and your HP bar is literally just a green bar. It's one of those nitpicky things where it's like, yeah, it works, but like, imagine if you like made it a little cooler. Overall impact, my overall opinion on this game, I'm sticking with the fact that I think that this is the best Bond game that I've played. And it's not just because I finished it just last night. No, this is straight looking at all the games I played previously. If I split what a Bond game is up into all those categories I've talked about between shooting, stealth, gadgetry, Bond girls, story, and vehicle missions, I think this comes out on top in almost all those categories. Like up to this point in the review, I don't think I've truly highlighted how cool some of the gadgets were. One of the upgradable gadgets was like this sonar flashbang. Throw it and it disorients the enemies, upgradable in radius and duration. Another cool gadget was the helicopter. You just fly a helicopter around, you can go in vents, unlock doors this way. Really cool. And yeah, I could sit here and nitpick some of the things that I would personally really like to see, like maybe more enemy variety. But at the end of the day, the easiest way I can describe that this is the best Bond game to me is it's the one I had the most fun in.
Oh my god, I blew his helmet off and then killed him. Oh, where? I didn't even kill. No, I didn't even kill that guy. He just drove by himself into a wall and exploded. Holy shit.
So with that, I'll close out this review. 007's From Russia with Love, 8.4 out of 10. So that's it. With this review, I close out a chapter that I started back when I decided I want to play First Light off release. In total, I played 8 007 games in the previous, 5 or 6 months. 2 on Nintendo 64, 5 on GameCube, and of course, the brand new First Light. I'm trying to think, should I do a rankings list? I feel like that might be interesting. I don't know. I might do that when I play through the next game, because the next game is looking kind of like a long one. For now, I'm your host, Beneath the Mask. I hope you enjoyed this review. Peace out.
Do you know where you're driving, woman?
Look out, there's a jump!
That drop does not sound good.
I know you're here to find out the Easter egg soundtrack that I put in at the end of every video, but did you know that I have a Buy Me a Coffee page? A page where you can donate to your favorite YouTube creator. Half of the money that's donated to that page is personally donated back to Child's Play Charity, a charity that's dedicated to supplying games and technology to children in hospitals around the world. So that's that. Did you guess the soundtrack?